Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of this doubleheader for Universe Mode, and it is time for WCW Nitro. And up first, in our second match of the episode, we have Zaria taking on Kiana James in the battle of the women's mid-card division. And also, Rusev, after his win over Oba Femi last week, he takes on Killer Kross. And then in the main event, we have a title match. Lyra Valkyria challenges the women's champion Charlotte Flair with the title on the line, and all that plus more coming your way next here on WCW Nitro. All right, guys, here we go.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing in at 210 pounds, Bryan Danielson.
All right, Ace Army, kicking off this episode of Nitro, we have a triple threat between three main event stars here in the main event division on the orange brand. And up first is the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, the man who challenged CM Punk at Thunder for the WCW title and fell short. But guys, let's see who is also involved in this matchup. Oh snap. It's the unpredictable badass, Bron Breakker. Look at that face.
First, from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 250 pounds, Bron Breakker.
All right, Danielson, Breakker, and who is the third and final man involved in this match? Oh my, the best bout machine is here. Kenny Omega kicking off this episode as well. This is going to be a phenomenal match, guys. I just know it and I can see it.
From Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 228 pounds, Kenny Omega.
All right, Ace Army, let's start this first match of the episode. Who will get the win in this triple threat stacked match? All right, the bell has been rung, and there can only be one winner. Omega starting off with the knee, and both were originally going after Breakker to get the biggest man out of this match, but Kenny Omega driving Danielson into the corner, and I believe this is the first time we are seeing Kenny Omega in a WCW Nitro ring, ever. I don't believe he was ever involved on the orange brand until now, but it could be wrong. I've been doing this for the past 4 seasons, so it could be that I am mistaken. If I am mistaken and you're an OG, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And I cannot believe we are having our first ever doubleheader episode of Universe Mode, or episodes, I guess you could say, because if you missed it earlier today, we did do an episode of SmackDown Live, so make sure to check that out after you watch this. And a nice move there from Omega to Danielson. Kenny now going on the apron, flexing for everybody here, and then coming back in there. I thought I was going to stomp on Bryan, but Breakker just using some technical offense right now into a crossface in the middle of the ring, letting him go. And now look at this, a sling blade from the best bout machine in Kenny Omega, telling Breakker to get up. Kenny jumping in, a drop kick connects, and down goes Breakker. Danielson is still down, and a cover trying to put him away. Kick out at 1. Up comes Bryan as soon as Breakker gets up. Nice shot there from Omega and Kenny. Great maneuver there from Mr. Omega. Who is going to get the win here in this triple threat match? I can see this match going either way for all three of these men. All three are extremely talented. And look at this, Danielson with the counter, throwing both of his opponents' heads right into each other. Headbutt from Danielson, but using Breakker and Kenny to his advantage. Breakker dropping Bryan Danielson down on the ropes. And look at this, steel chair in hand from Kenny Omega, but Breakker is not going to let him use it that easily. And nope, down goes Bron. Kenny, springboard moonsault. Nice maneuver there. And Breaker staring down his opponents because look at this. Kenny Omega looking for a double underhook, something here. And dropping his neck. Dang. That looked like it hurt. Bryan is in a world of hurt right now. I know it. Cover from Bron. Kick out at 0. Not even a close count there. Irish whip. And Bron putting him up to the top rope. Letting him rest for a second. But Danielson looking for another double underhook. But this time connects with it. Kenny Omega to the top. Looking to jump and fly. And overshoots. You really don't see Kenny Omega overshoot like that. But it's going to cost him because he eats an uppercut. And now Danielson looking for something here. Fireman's carry position. Switch to. Then dropping him on the top rope. And Irish whip. Danielson. Counter from Kenny. Leaning him on the ropes now. Breaker. Look at this. A jumping neck breaker. Knocking down Omega. Standing moonsault connects. Danielson resting. But Braun Breaker goes back to the outside. Nice kick there from Bryan to the arm of Kenny. And now Breaker coming back into the ring. Braun staring down Danielson right now. And don't know what he's thinking. But he hoists him up. Power slam connects. Both men are down. Braun Breaker going back to the outside. Going for a weapon. Got a kendo stick. And oh no. I was going to say a nice moonsault there from Mr. Omega. But the knee's rough from Bryan. But Kenny seems to be okay following it. Counter. And Breaker. Look at this. Ooh, back to the turnbuckle. Braun now, look at this. Look at that. Big strength there from the unpredictable badass into a cover. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 from Danielson. Both men trying to get to each other, but Bryan's body was in the way. Irish whip from Breaker. Look at this. A nice Hurricane Rana there. One of the best Hurricane Ranas in all of the WCW roster. Omega now, look at this. Pointing the gun to Braun Breaker. Telling him he is next. He went back to the outside. What's he thinking? Oh, we got a sledgehammer. Oh, God, right to the back. And now trying to hit Bryan. But he's holding off. Instead, he's just going to go after the bigger man. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Kenny, nice maneuver there. And Omega might have this match won if he connects with another big move and isolates that man, Braun Breaker. Breaker saying he's going to snap somebody in half. And was looking for a spear. Omega busted open. It's been crazy here in this opening contest so far. Usually, these three men are involved in a main event match. But we know later on tonight in the main event is a WCW Women's Championship match. So that is why this match is happening first. Punch from Danielson. Bryan hoisting him up using his strength. And look at this. A roll through from the American Dragon. Kenny following Danielson. But Danielson is just so quick. Look at this. Playing mind games. Both just distracting each other. But Danielson capitalizing. Look at this. Looking for the yes kicks. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Yes. Danielson connects. Oh, Breaker connects with something here because of the fault of Danielson. But Omega reverses. Bryan, kendo stick in hand, knocking down Kenny. Braun, Irish whip. Breaker was looking for a Hurricane Rana, but a powerbomb from Danielson connects. Bryan throwing Breaker into the corner, looking for a power slam of his own, connects with it. And now Kenny Omega with the steel chair, knocking Danielson off the top rope. And look at this, taunting on him, doing the running man. Bryan not going to let that showboat last long. Down goes Omega. Danielson going to the top rope. Who's he going to go after? He's going to go after Kenny. And he connects, and Danielson's leg almost snapped there. I wouldn't be surprised if he got injured after that, because that looked like it hurt. Breaker, the last man standing right now. Grabbing the kendo stick, going to the outside where his two opponents are. Right to the face. And now look at this, a nice little maneuver there from Omega. Kenny now trying to win this match by Irish whipping Bron back into the middle of the ring. Bron in trouble. The cover from Kenny Omega. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Oh, running knee from Danielson to put away Kenny to win. 1, 2, 3. Danielson is your winner.
Here is your winner, Bryan Danielson.
What a win for Danielson here in this triple threat opening contest. But what's next here on WCW Nitro? Ace Army, look who it is. The genius of the sky, Io Sky, is here on this special edition of WCW Nitro. Let's see what she has to say. Next week, I am scheduled to compete in tag team action, and I got a surprise for all of you. And it's going to be good, trust me. Me and an old friend will be teaming up for the first time in quite some time, and it's going to be good. It's going to be stormy, you could say. So be ready for the return of Tony Storm. Wow! Io Sky just announced Tony Storm is coming back to Universe Mode next Monday. That's huge news. All right, guys, up next, we have Zaria in action.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Adelaide, South Australia, Zaria!
Zaria scheduled to take on Kiana James of the Straight Edge Society here on this special edition of Nitro on the second half of this double header Wednesday afternoon. But Zaria, very underrated here in the women's mid-card division. She is trying to climb the ranks to eventually get a shot at Lash Legends United States title. But she has to win this match to prove herself as a worthy competitor down the road. And there's Kiana James.
And her opponent, accompanied by CM Punk from Sioux City, Iowa,
Kiana James of the SES, ready to compete alongside the WCW champion CM Punk, who we will hear from later on tonight. But guys, who is going to win? Will it be Kiana James or will it be Zaria? All right, the bell has been rung, and look at this. Zaria and Kiana getting the crowd on their feet to start off this match. And the bell has been rung, and now these two women going at it. Nice takedown there from Zaria. Early cover. 1. Kick out at 1 from Kiana James. Both women, I believe, are 0-1 so far on the season. We'll see if they do improve. But look at Kiana powering down Zaria and now knocking her outside the ring. The count begins, and now it has to reset because Kiana broke it, and face first she goes into the floor. And this crowd here is loving it in Savannah, Georgia. Great power bomb there, and now following it up with the stomp. Now picking her up once again. Look at the strength of Zaria. Picking up Kiana James like it's nothing. Count of 5. Very quick count from our official. And Zaria is just powering and beating Kiana James down to a pulp right now. Finally throwing her in, or trying to throw her in. There we go at a count of about 8, 7.5 to be exact. But look at this. Kiana trying to do something here, but nothing's happening. Zaria turning it around and taking her down once again. This match has been all Zaria. No Kiana James whatsoever. And oh my God, throwing her face right into the canvas. And Zaria is not done. Look at this now. The strength of the Aussie powering her down. Kiana using the ropes to get up right in front of the WCW champion CM Punk, the leader of the Straight Edge Society, watching very closely. Nice move using the ropes from Zaria. And Zaria now picking her up, looking to drop her somewhere. Fireman's carry position, dropping her on that top rope. Elbow to the thigh. Now a stomp. And Zaria is still not done. Irish whip. Into the corner we go. Finally, Kiana with the counter. Trying to get some offense here in this women's mid-card division matchup. James now, look at this, with some blows to the back, right to the spine. Connecting with three of them, and now a fourth one for extra measure, and an Irish whip and a spine buster from James. And now this match has suddenly shifted into the hands of Kiana James here on this special edition of Universe Mode, the Wednesday doubleheader. The cover, kick out at one. Zaria still alive, but Kiana looking for something here, telling Zaria to get up. Kiana looking for it. Counter from Zaria. Zaria with the spear. Connects. The ribs might be broken. And Zaria getting the crowd on their feet. And oh boy, look at this. Zaria looking for something big, but our referee is distracted because of the WCW champion. And now, oh my God, down she goes. Cover from Zaria to put away Kiana. 2, 3, Zaria is your winner.
Here is your winner, Zaria!
What a win for Zaria. But guys, coming up next, we are from the United States champion, Lash Legend. Well, look who it is. The WCW Women's United States champion is here following Zaria's victory, and she has the title in hand. So let's see what she has to say. So, Ruka, you think you're going to beat me for my title? Newsflash, you're not. Because you have lost your last two matches. And what makes you think you're going to beat me? Is it the crowd backing you up? Or is it anything else? It doesn't matter. Because I will retain the championship at the end of the month at the pay-per-view. Be prepared, because you're going to lose in a matter of minutes, my friend. Because I am the champ. I'll see you soon, Soul, so be prepared. Well, Lash Legend with some quick and efficient words to the challenger for her championship, Sol Ruka, because we're seeing those two very soon at the end of the month. It's Rusev Day, because Rusev is back in action after just winning his debut match last week. And there he is. Very jacked. Very good in the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Bulgaria, weighing in at 304 pounds, Rusev!
Rusev made his Universe Mode series debut last week on Nitro, where he defeated Obafemi. Yeah, Rusev came with aggression. Pause. But he really did. He was aggressive. He won the match over the big man. And do not count out this man, because this man is a #1 contender in the making. But let's see who he is taking on in this doubleheader.
And his opponent from Sin City, weighing in at 265 pounds.
Killer Kross, the man that is capable of a lot of bad things, representing the Necessary Evil faction alongside Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. But you are looking at the other half of that faction. Kross and Scarlett, those two are equally as scary as the other two I just mentioned. But Kross is on a mission. He wants to end everybody in this mid-card division, and now he's trying to end Rusev Day before it even kicks off, pretty much. But who will get the win here on this special edition of WCW Nitro? Will it be Rusev, or will it be that man, Killer Kross? All right, guys, this match is officially underway. Kross and Rusev going at it for the first time ever. Like I said, Kross wants to end anyone in his path, but Rusev, on the other hand, just wants to dominate everybody. He beat Obafemi in his debut match, and now he's going toe-to-toe with one of the scariest men on the Nitro roster. And oh my goodness gracious. Rusev throwing Kross, and now look at the strength of the Bulgarian Brute. Power slam connects. Will Rusev get back-to-back wins in back-to-back weeks here on Nitro? That would be impressive in its own right, but do not count out Kross. This man is a former hardcore champion in seasons past, and he is just a threat to witness in that ring. Some big stomps there from Kross, and now following it up with another one. Trying to do everything he can right now. Look at this, some big kicks to the side of the head connecting, and a stomp. Oh boy, Kross going for a roll up, but look at that, Scarlett throwing in a kendo stick, hoping Kross can use it here at some point. Scarlett made her Universe Mode return not too long ago. She was not drafted, and then there she was. She just showed up in the middle of one of Kross's matches, and boom, the couple is realigned. But look at this, going back to the match, Rusev with a nice middle rope splash. Kross laying on the ropes, an Irish whip, and oh my god, Rusev taking him down. Setting him up now, off the ropes. Kross gets out of the way. Both men trying to win this match to prove themselves, and what a knee that was from Killer Kross, knocking Rusev all the way to the corner. But here he comes on a running start, and some elbows in a big strong strike that was from Kross. Kick to the midsection now. Hoisting him up. Killer Kross looking to drop him, and he does. The cover from Kross, using the ropes to his advantage, and a kick out at one from Rusev. Irish whip, and Rusev gets hammer thrown to the outside. Thrown very hard there to knock him out. Count of one, but that count is broken now. Kross trying to inflict as much pain as he can, especially on the floor, because that part hurts more than being in the middle of that ring. And oh my god, off the floor goes Kross, and a count of four, and now this time into the LED ring post, and Rusev looking to end this match. I can see it, a big roundhouse kick to the side of the head, connecting. Kick to the midsection, count of 7, and look at this, a beautiful combo that was from Kross, and oh boy, we are at a count of 9. Choke slam from Kross to get in, and Kross gets in just in time.
Here is your winner.
Killer Kross gets the win. And guys, coming up next, we hear from the WCW champion, CM Punk. And there is the WCW champion, CM Punk. The leader of the Straight Edge Society is here on this special edition of WCW Nitro. Last week, Brock Lesnar said he wants my title. You know what? He doesn't deserve this, because I am the champ for a reason. So when Brock Lesnar challenges me for my championship, Brock, just be ready, because I'm the champ for a reason, and I will walk out of the pay-per-view. I'll hit you with the GTS, and it will be over, Brock. I'm the best in the world. All right, Punk says he's going to walk away with his title at the end of the month for the pay-per-view. But guys, let's go to the main event.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WCW Women's World Championship.
All right, Ace Army, it is time for our main event of this doubleheader of Nitro. And guys, here comes the challenger, Lyra Valkyria, wearing new gear because just last week, Lyra Valkyria called out the women's champion, Charlotte Flair, for a title match, and here we are. The reason Lyra Valkyria thinks she is capable of defeating the champion and possibly becoming the new champion is because not too long ago in Lyra's last match, she defeated the former champion Nikki Bella in the upset of the season so far. But are we looking at the next WCW Women's Champion here in the 2K26 season on this special edition of Universe Mode, the doubleheader, the first ever doubleheader in Universe Mode history? Well, let's see if Lyra Valkyria can become champion. And there is the queen, Charlotte Flair, aka the WCW Women's Champion. Charlotte Flair is one of the greatest women's superstars of all time. She has held gold in pretty much all of her seasons. She has won a Royal Rumble, and she has done a lot more. But guys, is she going to retain her championship here against Lyra Valkyria in this special edition of WCW Nitro? Let's go down to Alicia Taylor for our ring introductions in this main event clash.
Introducing the challenger from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
The challenger is ready.
And her opponent from the Queen City, the WCW Women's World Champion, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte is ready as well. Look at the champ, man. All right, Ace Army, who will walk away with the championship? Will it be Lyra Valkyria or will it be Charlotte Flair? Here we go. Here we go. The bell has been rung. And guys, there can only be one winner. Who will win this match? This is the biggest chance Lyra Valkyria will ever have so far to date, but we'll see what happens when she collides with Charlotte. Oh my God, Flair with the big kick there, knocking Valkyria down, and she knows for sure she does not want to give up that championship to a bird lady out of all people. Flair telling Lyra to get up. These two women now locked up with one another, and Charlotte Flair just powering the early goings of this match, doing everything she can to win, including cheap shots like that. The referee trying to give Charlotte a warning. And now pushing her to the corner again. Charlotte Flair is completely controlling this match, and another cheap shot, a third one in the matter of like 2 minutes. Chop to the chest, that's some signature Flair chops, and a boot right to the face from the Queen. Charlotte now looking to see what she wants to do next. Lyra Valkyria got to dig deep if she wants to win this match, because Charlotte Flair is playing aggressive. You guys can see what she's doing. Charlotte Flair, look at this. Flair looking for a figure four on the LED ring post, and she is. Oh my God. Dang, Lyra Valkyria is not in a good position whatsoever. Flair to the top. Diving elbow drop connects. And now throwing her right into the outside of the floor. Count of one. And now the 2 count. And Charlotte Flair is still continuing a brutal assault here on the challenger. Lyra Valkyria hasn't been able to land any offense whatsoever this match. And look at those chops. 4 in a row from the Queen. And now a count of 5. And Flair trying to do something to end this match. But Lyra gets in the ring before the 10 count. And Charlotte just taking her sweet time to get back in the ring. Irish whip. Lyra gets eaten by a spear. And now Flair might be looking for figure 8. But look, Lyra turning it around. This is what we wanted to see all night long. And a moonsault connects. And Valkyria finally gets some offense. Stomp to the back. Lyra, what are you going to do to win this match? You can't be doing that, though. Flair telling Lyra to get up. Face first into the turnbuckle pad. Lyra with the counter. And you guys can hear the crowd here in the home of the Savannah Bananas go nuts. Down goes Lyra. Lyra leapfrog. And Valkyria mistimes her move, but she is still on the offense, driving Charlotte into the corner now. The champion might be in trouble if Valkyria can gain offense for a long period amount of time. And, ooh, Charlotte's just so good in the ring, guys. You cannot deny the greatness. Love her or hate her, she's just so good, and she just retained like that.
Here is your winner,